right, everybody, we are back for the semifinal round of our Friday Night Magic Standard Tournament. Your final four competitors, not on camera. Max Turner's Grixis deck is playing against Scotty Wright's Niapod, but on camera we have Brett Rose playing a green-white token deck, who played in round 3 against Delver. If you want to go back and check that out, and then last week's finalist, Hunter Sumpter, playing a green-white aggro deck, which basically revolves around Strangleroot Geist, equipment, and Green Sun Zenith.
He did add Thread Tusk Restoration Angel.
He does have them now?
Yes.
But he still has the equipment?
Yeah.
Okay. Hunter's been playing this deck for several weeks, and he got a lot of grief for many of those weeks because he did not have Restoration Angel or Thragtusk in his green-white aggro deck. But I guess he has actually he got them today, right?
Yeah.
Picked those up today. Who's the winner? Scissors Lizard. That's the second time Scissors Lizard has won. We're keeping track. They decided that we were going to keep track. And have you been in here since we added this? Anytime someone makes the appropriate token, because I like to call it a woof. The interesting thing about Brett's deck is that the longer the game goes, he just generates so many creatures that if you're not playing Wrath of God effects or similar effects, like, you just can't win. Because he has creatures that fly, he has Intangible Virtue, which creates, vigilant creatures that you can't crack back through.
Hunter's deck's not really made for the late game, though. So.
This game is going to be decided by Strangleroot Geist, how many of them there are, and whether or not Hunter naturally draws a Sword of Red and White, yes. War and Peace. Because if he does, then he's fine. If he doesn't, Fight Bear is interesting, because he can pick off the tokens.
Yeah.
He can pick off that.
And he does now main deck one of Glissa.
Here's an interesting thing. Would you, in that instance, have not played the Rancor?
And fought the bird?
He... Only FNM level would that be allowed? Because that's the correct play.
Yeah.
But he did totally put the Rancor on the table. But we'll allow it. Oh, I'm sorry. So there's the Rancor that we knew was there. And he'll get in 4-3. This is my new hot tech. I can now adjust the score.
Was that an O-ring? And did you see what else was in there? I think I can see an O-ring.
There's a white card.
Yeah, I can only tell the O-ring. I think it's Thragtusk.
Brett's hand is Lesson Lands, a Garrick, an iPhone, a dead bird, Intangible Virtue. This is not how he drew it up. I hate the Angels in this deck. The Thragtusk I like. You can play one or two of those because you got Green Suns. But the Angels just make your Rank Rush fall off. They just make your Swords fall off. Like, we came to that realization a couple weeks ago. Like, the Thragtusk, there's no excuse for not playing Thragtusk.
That's true. That's okay. He also did take out the Heroes.
Okay, that's more of a sideboard card anyway. So there's Garrick, which I'm assuming is going to make a wolf. Well, I mean, it's going to trample, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I should send one of those to Garrett Klug or somebody and have him alter it to say wolf. Cause see, that's a good play there with the O-ring, but he just loses the Rancor.
I don't think. Oh, he doesn't either. I think that you just swing with the Restoration and go with the grip.
Yeah, I think Hunter is realizing this, but he's also realizing this after having played the O-ring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Brett, to his credit, is a very sporting gentleman and allowing for infinite takebacks. Joe Lewis.
I don't like the ring on the version.
Yeah, it looks like I'm joining this Brett Rose game in progress.
What was the payout for 8th?
Two.
Two packs.
2 packs.
Break even.
So it's been so far.
Brett's deck has not done much.
You paid parallel lines there?
Hunter has his one of Fight Bear on turn 1, which a bird, and that's basically been the most significant play of the game. He's at 17. He's at 14.
Why is he 14?
Because it says so. Because he attacked with. So Attack Tusk is a very good Magic card. Although, to be quite honest, like Brett's deck is one that can handle Tag Tusk beats, like, because he makes infinite chump blockers, and then they get enormous. One, two. Shrine. Garrick. Nope. That's not good enough. He just loses, doesn't he? No. He lives at 1. Our String Root Geist wins.
I know it's the Rancor in the same team, isn't he?
Yes, he wins. Oh.
He really wins.
Wins so hard. Game 2. So Max has got to be a slight underdog to Scotty. I guess that game just revolves around how many birthing pods he lands.
Yeah.
But, and Brett, I think, is a slight dog to Hunter here. So in the Scotty versus Hunter match, I'll take the player that has the bonfire. Players that have bonfires for 500, Alex. Joe, we were watching on your game.
See that beautiful surgical extraction?
Well, no, it would have been beautiful if you'd done it correctly and done it during a draw step and gotten the one you had just drawn.
No, I drew Caproline cores, actually.
Oh, it looked like a mulch from here. And then I think you drew a mulch after you shuffled, so I think I also assumed that was also on top, you know what I mean? But it's still the right thing to do. You're supposed to do it during the draw step. But, yeah, it's a pretty good one. I wasn't super thrilled about the surgical on the Gristlebrand. But,
well, he thought I was running more Gristlebrand's than just the one of.
Yeah, I think I would hit the enablers before I would hit the targets, unless I'm hitting the target in response to the actual casting of it. But yeah, it worked out well for him because you got kind of slowed up on mana.
Game 1, I just didn't get no action soon enough to keep him off those walkers.
When he gets up to like 8 mana, like it's very tough to come back because his deck just has so many resources at that point. Game 2 really hinged around, even after the surgicals, you'd be able to get back into it there with the mulch and the sword, but the turn that he had the Slag Storm cleared your board, because if you'd been able to suit up one of the tokens with the sword and kill Tamio, then at least then, you know, he's still digging for answers. But at Tamio, just being able to lock down whatever lane is significant. Because your deck is like, you know, it lives on, sometimes it lives on black mana, sometimes it lives on white mana, and in certain games if it doesn't have access to one or the other.
Yeah, well also it lives on 22 mana as well too. So games where surgical extraction gets mulch or my birds die to bonfire sometimes are rough to come back from.
Yeah.
Well, explosive out of
we learned that a couple weeks ago. Like, you know, your mana accelerants allow for some really explosive starts on your end, but having them all swept away is comparably devastating on the other.
What did you play?
Rights. Oh, rights. Or as we like to say, freedom rights.
Freedom rights.
I mean, yeah, my deck's explosive. It wins explosively. It loses explosively. It's consistent.
Well, as long as it's consistent. That's all we ask for.
Did Hunter finally put Restoration Angels in?
He did. We were talking about that earlier.
Is it one of now?
I don't like it. No, he's got all of them in there, I think. Shiny new ones he just bought.
Adam Vickers, he's happy somewhere because of this.
Adam Vickers is currently at a heavy metal concert in Columbus. Rocking out. I imagine.
I wonder if we can expect a turn 1 Glistener Elf from Brett Rose here on this.
Brett is not playing Infect, so the chances are slim.
Well, I'm pretty sure I saw a Glistener Elf in his sideboard.
He's splashing for the one Glistener Elf.
Yep.
Is there a deck? Could you viably do that? Could you play some kind of like transformational sideboard where you are Infect? I guess a deck like Hunters could.
Yeah, or a control type. Probably.
Well, I remember all those blue-black decks back during Zendikar Standard would play Phyrexian Crusaders in the board because like Boros, as a guy who played Boros forever, like Boros has a really hard time dealing with it. Turn 1 Full Art Forest, attached for double mana. Sword. No, Blaze Blessing. So I'm very curious as to whether or not Brett has any kind of like mass removal in the sideboard. I understand that like he plays a Swarm deck, but he also plays the back end. Yeah.
It looks like he's choked on black and green right now. Probably needing white to cast the Lingering Souls.
Sorry. I was trying to see who was watching. He probably needs white to cast most of his spells. Okay, so Hunter is doing very good things here with the attacking for 8. This game will be over in 2 turns. Actually, it'll be over in 1 turn if he casts an Equipped Sword, right?
Yeah.
That would be pretty impressive to watch. The last round we saw Max Turner against Joe. Was it against you? He was playing the game where he went Nicole Bolt. Yeah, he went Nicole Bullock and followed it up the next turn with a Karn, stealing a Wormcoil on the Fire of the Hatebound. It was the greatest thing I've seen on this webcast so far that we've done for the last 3 weeks. No offense. In fact, I mentioned this. It has nothing to do with...
I thought that was an excellent idea. I approve of that.
I often when given the chance to totally decimate my opponent with 2 awesome Planeswalkers.
It's like Brett's taking...
He's down to 7.
Taking 5, at least, because Grug is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's game. Because he's all choke on white mana.
Yeah, after...
badly.
After... excuse me. After... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm losing it. It's late. As I've been lamenting all night, Joe, I have to... as I've told you, you already know this, but I have to be on the road at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And so's the life of a Magic trader.
Where are you going tomorrow?
PTQ in Columbus.
Oh.
I'm working a booth. I'm very excited. I'm not playing Magic. Playing Magic is the worst.
At this booth, do you get to trade cards and interact with what such?
There are 2 people watching that don't know who they are. One is probably Michael, and the other one I don't know.
So you actually like rented a booth for it? Or?
No, it's just a guy I know who's... it's actually Matt Kranstuber,
Let me see where you're looking.
who is... you ever listen to In Contention? You listen to In Contention podcast? It's one. He used to have Sam Stoddard. It's got Rudy Bresler on it now. That's his new Cuban podcast. On Tuesday, they did a live... We were actually talking about this last week, and then he set it up on Tuesday. Did like a live cube draft from his house. It's pretty cool. He had like 1 camera so that you could see the one guy's picks.
Yeah.
And then he and 2 buddies were in another room talking about
I
it.
got the other match to move over for y'all.
Oh, well, thank you.
I caught them right while they were about to begin game 2.
We're getting bonus coverage here.
I'll try to find out what the...
All right. Our roving reporter, Joe Lewis, the man on the street. So Scotty's won game 1. I don't think Max can. Scotty won.
So Scotty's game 1, and he just mauled to 5, and he's on the draw.
Okay. Alright. So here's bonus coverage. I'm not even charging extra for this.
I don't think anybody would pay for it.
That's a completely fair assessment of the situation. I guess Bird Paradise. Absence Pilgrim.
Doomblade?
Doomblade.
Oh, I've seen that play before.
He's got another one in a bird in his hand, doesn't he? He's got a pilgrim in his hand, doesn't he? He's just crushing his soul. But Scotty's running good.
Ranger for the win.
He doesn't want to use all of his run good for the semifinals. He better save some of it for the finals should he make it. We've already talked about that. If it was based on playmat, Max would clearly win because he has old school neutral ground playmat.
Yeah.
Is that what is that? Battle Grace Angel? What is that?
No, that's
Ray Dawnbringer?
Yeah. It's the 10th edition art.
We are now up to, well, we're back down to 4, but for a moment in time we were at 5 viewers. That's a new record.
Max takes 2 there. So Scotty's opening hand apparently was his 5 cards was a little saucy at least.
It's not the 5 cards in his hand, it was the cards that he drew. Oh, that is so good! He has a Huntmaster too. Like he's got infinite.
Get ready to hit.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. Right now it's his checklist, and then
Wolf token.
not to be confused with the meme from The Office about, oh no, that card is very bad for. So Scotty's at the 22. Max is down to
What did Max
12.
What did Max play there?
I don't think he played anything. Flash it back. Pray. And Elixir buys him a turn, right? Max is at 10.
And Scotty's Huntmaster is going to flip on the upkeep.
He, like Scotty is, like from mulling to 5, this is literally the best thing that could have ever happened.
Yeah.
Like Max had him dead on mana dudes, but then, like he just kept drawing lands.
I guess Max kind of needs a Sax run.
Or Black Sun.
11. Max takes 11 and then gains 5 off the elixir.
He's at 4. Yeah, he has, I mean, he's got...
Ooh, actually, with that flipping, will he...
Black
does he have
Sun
an
still,
out?
Black Sun.
Roll?
Yeah.
It's a 5/5, isn't it?
I mean, he's got at least 8 mana.
Oh, okay.
Is he playing Blasphemous Act? If it's not Black Sun, oh, he's got Karn. Is that good? I don't think it's any good. The world's largest loyalty counter. But he just loses now, doesn't he? Unless he has some kind of Doomblade or something, right?
Even a Doomblade, he'd be able
Because he's going to pump to 4, right? If he plays that Wormcore engine, it's not that Max has him out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright,
Quick bonus coverage.
Scotty wins. That's why Scotty's a pro, is he knows the best players are the ones that can top deck the best.
Yeah.
It's a skill. Like if you just draw the wrong cards, like isn't that your own fault? And most of our viewers are upset. 25% of our viewers are very upset about that because 25% of our viewers are married to Max. So now we will see the finals, which should pair Hunter.
Hunter versus Scotty.
This is
Hunter versus Scotty in the finals.
is this your 3rd week in a row in the finals? You've won one. Did you win last week?
No, I didn't. No, Justin beat me. Never mind. So I have one.
So you're a loser.
Yeah.
We're talking about how now, after much peer pressure and a sweet acquisition earlier in the day, you have now put Thragtusks and Restoration Angels in your deck. So Adam Vickers, despite not being able to watch this, is very happy while he's rocking out hardcore to various metal bands in Columbus. My question is, the Thragtusk I like. Is the Restoration Angel working out like you want it to?
The only thing...
Because I don't mean to cut you off, but exactly what happened in that game is exactly what I thought. Maybe they aren't that good in your deck because you have Rancors and equipment, and you can't really... And none of your guys are really value guys. Like, most of your guys are just beaters. I guess bouncing a Strangler Root is cool because you can reset Undying.
And a Blade Splicer.
Yeah, well, it's good with Blade Splicer, but I mean,
I've won doing it
it
with
rarely
Blade
comes out
Splicer.
after the Black.
I won doing it with Blade Splicer one game. And the biggest benefit is that it fits the mana curve a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's single white. Double white is really hard to find on turn
On the
4.
heroes?
Yeah. And you need that turn 4 game.
Max Turner. Here's the deal. We've talked about it in here. I believe I heard Scotty mention it out there. He mulled to a very good 5, and then the top of his deck was so kind to him.
So I was trying to keep him down.
Yes, and ironically, that would normally work if he didn't draw 5 lands, a Hunt Master, and everything else. He, if you had not gone his thing, if you had not killed his like mana dudes with the Black Sun, the game might have been different. But normally, like, isn't that exactly what you're supposed to do? But he ran pretty good. It happens. He couldn't find the only out there was a Black Sun, I think. Literally only one.
Yeah, that's it. Get a work well, but I would worry like it would still buy me a turn down camp and draw something.
Yeah, you could just carn it. Is there anything else? Do you have any Grave Titan. Grave Titan would have been
Yeah,
out.
you got sounded out for Gristlebrand. I just thought about that completely.
Gristlebrand was fine. Gristlebrand would have been out because you would have gained 7.
But
Does it work like that?
Yeah,
Damage?
combat already happens at once now.
Okay. You know what also happens at once now? Everyone all at once goes to my Twitter account, logs on, follows me, retweets my giveaway message, which was sent in round 2, for their chance to win.
What if you don't have this Twitter account?
Well, the problem then is what's going to happen is you're not going to win the playset of cards. Although, considering you gave me several of the playsets of cards, you could probably just win by asking for them back, but...
Twitter, though, totally free.
Twitter is the easiest way for me to communicate with a large number of people. It's actually very convenient, so I would advise getting a Twitter account. The thing is that you don't have to actively use the Twitter account for it to be beneficial, because you can just set up like email. You can follow whoever you want to.
What you're saying is I can get my own Twitter account.
You get your own Twitter account.
I don't have to do anything.
At Hammer of Chaos.
And I can follow anybody and just virtually stalk them anytime.
Oh yeah, that's why the internet was invented, is for virtually stalking each other.
That sounds perfect because I just love stalking people virtually on the
I
internet.
tweeted 2 things in my life, and one was at Zach Evans last weekend when he commented on Star City's open.
Yeah, I'm going to pause this briefly so I can hard cut here. Tell those guys to wait briefly, and then we'll be back very shortly.